cool. So if you were giving somebody advice, what would your advice be to somebody who wants to get into the business?
I would say just do it. Like, you're never ready.
You're never
Never ready. Like, there's never going to be a perfect time. Like, obviously, being a single mom on a sole income, it was really scary.
Here we are again today. It is almost Christmas. I'm your host with the Utah Business Spotlight, Peter Anthony. I love this time of year. And as you know, many of my favorite companies and favorite small businesses come out of the health and beauty industry. Today, I am so excited. We have an incredible guest. She's a single mom. She's crushing it in her brand new business. And I am really excited to jump in with my friend, Michelle. Michelle, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
We're really excited to have you.
I'm excited to be here.
And you look great. And we're going to talk about massage. We're going to talk about business. We're going to talk about growth. We're going to talk about being a single mom and starting a business and what that's like. And we're going to work through the gambit today. Share a little about Soma. Right? I want to learn a little about that. So tell everybody, what is Soma and what's the mission of Soma?
Okay. So Soma, the word Soma means body, basically, but in certain languages, it means the body in its wholeness. And that's why I chose it. Like, that's what I want to create for people coming into my
an entire body experience.
Yeah. Mind, body, soul.
Experience
where it's like we're treating all three of those things as a unit and not neglecting one or the other.
I love that.
So
now you told me a secret right before we started and the secret is no one's going to believe you, but you're going to tell them anyway that you have 4 children.
Yeah.
Holy mackerel. That's incredible. I have 4 as well. So I know that that's a big undertaking, right?
Yeah. To say the least.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's very hard. I had mine a little bit later in life. I didn't think I could have children. And then in my mid-40s, I started having children, which was crazy.
That's awesome.
It's so awesome. But it is also very hard, I know personally, to start a business when you have the responsibility of 3 or 4 lives. My wife's done it. I've done it. But it takes much longer, and the level and depth of commitment is much harder. So tell us about how long it took to get to that decision, because I know you had a primary career that was putting plenty of food on the table to take care of your 4 kids, because you're a single mom now, right?
Yeah.
How long have you been a single mom?
Almost 5 years now.
5 years. So since your kids were just entering their teens, which means they needed rides everywhere.
Oh, yeah, right? They still do.
They still do, right? It's the driving, it's the education, there's a lot that goes into raising children, especially when you really, there's a lot more that goes into raising children when you're in the middle or upper middle class, because the children have a higher level of expectation. Right? Because they're just on the precipice. They're just on the brink. They can see across the horizon. They see all the things, especially because they have phones, of what their friends have and what their friends are doing. And it becomes crazy. Now, it seems to me, if my math is right, you made that decision at a even harder part in this country's history, which was during COVID.
Not
right
during COVID. Oh, you mean to start the business or to go to school?
To be a single mom.
No, it was right after COVID.
Right after
COVID.
Yeah. So
right after. It was the year after. Brutal. Yeah, 2021.
And then
we were kind of coming out of it, but yeah.
And now tell us all, scary to make the decision to be a single parent, right? And I know that you still have a good relationship with their father, and you're going back and forth and sharing, and that part's cool. But the level of responsibility on both of you, for all fairness, to the men out there, once you get the kids, you have the same you're sharing the same rides, right? It's my week on. I'm taking them everywhere, right?
Yeah.
So I call it Daddy Uber or Daddy Daycare, right? Even though I'm married, I'm still Daddy Uber.
Yeah.
And
It's so real.
so that level of responsibility, how do you start to, and this thing, I think it's so interesting for people watching, how do you integrate your dream while you're nurturing their dream? That's the children. How did you do
The struggle is real, for sure. It's hard to juggle all of it. But the way I looked at it is my kids are watching every single thing I do. And I want them to see me be successful. I want them to see me follow my dreams. And I show up for them the best way that I can. I can show up for them in a better way when I'm reaching my goals and I'm living my dreams because I'm happier and they can see that. And it's just so cool to hear them say, like, Mom, it's so cool that you're running a business. Like, they're watching it and they've been like my biggest supporters. They've been so good about it.
That's so cool. That's
Yeah.
excellent. And now they're all teenagers.
Yeah,
And
pretty much. I have a
pretty much.
12-year-old, but yeah, he acts like a teenager.
Yeah, he's taking the cues, right?
Yeah.
From his older brother. As I started to do that, I thought the same thing. It's like, oh, if my kids are going to watch me, who do I need to become? And what are the values that I'm going to be committed to that they can see me fulfill? What are some of the values that you're putting into yourself as a mom? And then how did you align them with your business values? Because I think that how we do one thing is how we do everything, especially in personal and business. People always say it's personal, not business, or it's business, not personal. It's always personal.
Yeah.
And the way you do business is personal.
Yeah, I don't think you should separate the two.
Cool. So tell me what are the 3 key values that you were looking at that you wanted your children to see?
I think the biggest thing is just like for them to see that grit, that willingness to keep trying and not giving up. So hard work is one of them. Another one is...
So perseverance is what you just described.
Yeah.
Which would be hard work,
for
grit,
sure.
and the desire to not give up.
Absolutely.
So perseverance would be one of those values.
Absolutely.
I love that. What's the second one?
And then another one would be genuine kindness.
Oh,
that's so important to me.
So you've married perseverance or joined perseverance and kindness. If I'm going to persevere, I'm going to use kindness throughout the process.
Oh, absolutely. That's huge. As a massage therapist, you have to have empathy and understanding for your clients coming in, or else they don't feel like they're being cared for.
Yeah, that's so true.
I bring that with everyone and make it a very personalized experience when they come in.
I love that. And tell me one more value, because we always do things in sets of 3 as human beings, right? So you've got the perseverance, which is the grit, the determination. I'm never going to quit. And it's like, but I still need to love you along the way, which is the kindness, right? I just want to show empathy and compassion.
Exactly.
I want to do it all in this beautiful, energetic zone, right? And now what's the third thing?
I would say probably creativity.
I love that. Creativity.
Yeah,
so
you do have to be creative in all business, I feel like, because there's always wrenches getting thrown at you.
Yeah.
And so you have to be flexible and adjust yourself and deviate sometimes from what you originally thought it was going to look like.
So now you make the decision to be a single parent. You're working, but you're thinking about, I've got this dream. I want to follow this dream now. And I also have to earn. I have to be an earner. I have to follow this dream.
To work full time.
I'm not sure what I want to do, but I want it to be able to, I want to work hard. I'm an empath. I'm empathetic, and I'm creative, and I want to heal. Right? So that's what's going through the underlying before you decided, right? To make the decision to be a therapist.
That made me decide that.
And that's how you came to wanting to be a therapist.
Exactly.
But now the next wrench that people are saying, how did you do this? Okay, cool.
Mhm.
You got to be a therapist, got to go back to school. And it's not
Mhm.
correspondence school. Hey guys, school is great, but correspondence school, not knocking it, but it's different commitment because you
Mhm.
can fit school into your schedule. I went to cosmetology school. You can't
Right.
correspond learning how
No.
to cut hair or or to do any of the
Yeah.
things involved in that. You became a massage therapist. How long was that education?
It took me about 7 months.
7 months of
Yeah.
education, and you have to show up,
Mhm.
and you have to get
You have to get your certain amount of hours in,
hours, and then get the
mhm.
guests,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Which
And
is,
then
it's like, what do you call them? That they're not the test clients, right?
yeah,
Like,
exactly.
and that was a hard thing for me,
Mhm.
right? It's like, hey, probably harder for me than you, right?
Probably.
Because I'm a dude, and I'm like, hey man, I want to cut your hair, and you're like, I don't really want a haircut, and I'm like, please,
Yeah.
but you're a woman, and you're like, hey there, you want a massage? Okay, cool, yes, like
That's a good point.
it's a little different, but it's still
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah.
So for me, it's hard to get the yes. For you, it's awkward to ask the question.
Mm. That's valid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so you get through that 7 months. That's got to be brutal financially.
Mhm. Oh yeah, I went into so much debt.
Yeah. And your kids are seeing that.
Yeah.
But then we go back to the persevere and grit.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
you were just like, listen, man, it's only 7 months.
Mhm.
And then during that 7 months, what were you thinking?
I was thinking how tired I was. I was exhausted because I had a lot of days it looked like me getting up at like 6 a.m., taking the kids to school, going to school, and then right after going to work and working until like 1 a.m. sometimes.
Oh, so
and
you
doing
worked,
it all over again.
So you're single mom.
Yeah, I was working up in Park City
Worked
when I
in
was
Park
going to
City,
school.
lived out here in Salt Lake County, and
Yeah.
then just having to commute, take care of the kids
Yeah.
full time. Wow.
It was exhausting.
Yeah,
I
man.
was so tired all the time.
It's
Lots of
brutal.
caffeine.
And then during that time, were you thinking about when I went to cosmetology school, all I could think about was owning my own space.
Mhm.
Like,
Oh
I
yeah,
just wanted to be a salon owner
the whole time.
the whole time.
I thought to myself, yeah, I'll probably get a job for a little while, which I did. I
Yeah.
got a job for a little bit,
Learned
got
the
the
business.
experience, learned how spas work and the ins and outs of it, and then I cut ties with them and jumped feet first into it. I was like, I'm done. I quit, and then I instantly started.
Yeah.
So
Because you never, for me, I remember when I got my last job.
mhm.
I think I want to say I was 22, and I was like, listen, I'm going to
Wow.
be here for about 18 months
Yeah.
max, and I'm going to open my own place.
Mhm.
And I'm not going to take any of your people, so you don't have to worry about that.
Right.
But I have my dream, and the owner looked at me like, yeah. Right? You're never gonna do it. You're a kid. You're right. And then I remember I wrote out my business plan.
Mhm.
Right. Did you find that you were documenting any of your dreams with pen and ink?
Not with pen and ink. I would do it in my phone. I would take
Oh, okay.
notes and get ideas that way.
Different
So,
generation.
yeah.
I just dated myself. Like, yes, I had a
Yeah.
book and a pen. No, why would you use a book and a pen when you had a phone? I didn't have a
Exactly.
phone. Right. But that's so cool.
Yeah.
So you documented it. What I found was the more I documented it, the more real it became.
Oh yeah.
Did you start
So
looking
powerful.
through things and you're like, okay, cool, this is the massage bed I want. These are the
Mhm.
colors that I think
Oh yeah, I was
people will
planning it the whole
respond
time.
to.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah, like what colors I wanted to go with and all that.
So
Yeah,
here's
it's so fun.
something that's important for anybody who's out there looking to start a journey. In order to start the journey, you have to develop your three core principles. In your case, one was do I have the ability to endure and persevere?
Mhm.
The second was, love really was your love and energy, and you know, we use the word kindness, but I want to endure. I want to, love is at the top of the list, that healing
Absolutely.
energy.
Yeah.
And then the third was that you wanted to succeed, actually, right? You wanted that success. You wanted the fulfillment of that, and you were committed to that. And then what happens if you really want that level of success, here's what happens. If you can find those three things and then you can apply them to yourself, it makes the decision easier, right?
Oh, yeah.
And then once you're in it, if you can hold on to those three things and then visualize, like for your generation, it's much easier because, and I use it now. I flip through my phone and I have pictures of everything that I want, and I can do whatever I want. And then I see it manifest in front of me. Makes it easier.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, during that though, we have to deal with some financial burdens. Right? I mean, those financial burdens for the people out here who are thinking about running a business, building a business, going into partnership. I'm going to share with you the biggest, fastest way to become unsuccessful, right? Is if your lifestyle is here, are you willing to keep your lifestyle here? Because when you're at a startup, no matter how much money you've saved, you cannot save enough to stay here, because there's a burn rate that goes with it. So if your burn rate is $50,000 a year, you've got to figure out how to do it on 20 until you're making so much money that you can repay yourself, so you can get out of the debt you've created, right? Because that time creates debt. You said, right? The time deficit by investing in school and then investing in, now I have to give up the job or work part-time in a job that has no money. So there's an additional time deficit.
Exactly.
So you have to be able to do that, because the fastest way to go out of business is to run out of cash. That's the only way to go out of business, actually.
Yeah.
And that's how all people go out of business. They run out of cash. Most people run out of cash because they don't separate their business and their lives. And when you do it in an older age, it becomes even harder, because you think you've earned this. You don't want to step down to a used car. You don't want to step down to ramen noodles.
Yeah, I think there's that pride there, like, I'm too good for this.
Yeah, or I'm past this.
Yeah.
And generally they're like, I'm past it, right? But you were able to do that. And how I stumbled upon you is your business kept coming up in my feed, because I have that background. So Facebook believes that I want to know everything that's going on in health and beauty in Utah.
Right.
And I saw it, like, oh, I really like that design. And then I'd see a video of you creating the room, and I was like, oh, that was a very smart video.
Oh,
right?
thank you.
Because we have a marketing company. I was like, that was clever, and you're doing it, and you're coming out with things. And so now you have your business. Congratulations.
Yes, thank you.
Right? Let's give it a little plug. Where can people find you?
Yeah, I'm located in Sandy, inside Amber Renee Salon.
Okay, cool.
So I'm just renting out a room in there.
And you rent out that room. It's open. You have access to it 24/7, 365. Right? So it's your business, right? So you're renting space. So that's another well done, because that's another big investment. Because then you got to fill the space, create the space, market the space, advertise the space, find the time.
It's always going to cost more money than you think it is.
Always.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars of receipts to that exact end.
Right.
So now you have this beautiful space, and you're moving towards achievement, right? So you're booked, you're making a living, you're starting to live the dream, and you can taste it.
It's a good feeling.
Yeah.
It's a good taste.
And your clientele loves you, right?
Thank you.
I've
Yes.
seen some videos
so
of
I've heard, I guess.
Yes. No, they do. They do. And you're into it, man.
Yeah.
That's the key.
I'm loving every day that I get to work. It's just like, I don't feel like it's work. It's just so much fun.
So tell me about the process. How do you feel when someone's on your table? When you're working on someone?
Yeah.
What's the gift that you leave them with?
It's super important to me to make people feel comfortable when they come into my space and know that they're safe. That's huge for me. Another thing would be I always try and bring really loving energy, that heart center, and make sure that they feel that, because touch is huge. It's an exchange of energy. And I want them to feel that. I feel like that in and of itself is so healing.
So healing, especially today, it's all digital.
Exactly.
We're not touching anymore. We're not allowed to hug in the workplace.
I know.
I grew up in the
Exactly.
Tony Robbins world, and we'd start off every seminar with "get 7 hugs," or "get
that.
10 hugs," right? And it was like, oh, okay, cool, which fills you energetically. So when I built my salons, it was like, okay, cool. This is the '80s. Let's everybody hug, which you could never do today.
Yeah.
Ever. It would be horrible. So I love that. So you focus on the touch and you focus on the healing through touch.
Absolutely.
And the experience is always designed to make me feel safe or to make the customer feel safe.
Yeah.
I love
and, let them know that they're in a place where they can let go of whatever they need to let go of, whether it's emotionally, like emotions. Like I have they're called SERs, somatic energy releases. That's when people, they release trauma out of certain parts in their body.
Love that.
And I very much encourage that, because if people go their whole lives having that trapped emotion or trapped trauma inside their body, that's in my opinion, that's what causes most illnesses. So,
and you're not alone in believing that. I think there's a tremendous amount of truth to it. Emotional traps have to be released. So I love that. So you do that. You're working through. Now, can we talk a little about the way your company is structured, so that I can give you some advice?
I would love. I'll take all the advice.
Right. So here's a way to grow. Right. You're renting 7 days a week, 365.
It's actually 6 days a week. We're closed on Sunday. We're not supposed to.
Well, they're closed on Sunday.
Yeah, but I can't use the space on Sunday.
You've agreed to that. Okay, so you have six days at about 16 bookable hours. So that gives you it gives you 96 hours a week that you could put in. So that means literally in the massage therapy world, you could have 3, you being one of them, because you generally want to stop at about 30 hours a week just for your own personal health.
Absolutely.
Right? Or 30 sessions. And we're going to talk about the difference between an hour and a session. So when I had our spas, one of the things that I did in consulting was like, okay, I'm going to look at your space. I'm going to maximize the potential of your space. So if each one of those hours, that means if you can get $120 an hour out of that room, which would be really wonderful, right? Let's say you're going to get 80% of that's going to be booked. There'll always be blanks, but you want to move towards 80% bookable. We're going to round it off at about 78 hours that are bookable, right? At $120 an hour, that means you can probably bring in somewhere in the realm of $8,400, $8,500 just in service on that space. That pushes you to about $450,000 a year out of that space. So here's the thing, man. When you're building a business, if you don't know your numbers, you're in big trouble. Now, here's the interesting thing. If we move from $120 to $160 a session, we bring that up another 30%. You could be at $550,000 maximizing that little space in just service. Then the secondary question is, if you're really looking to emancipate yourself, I call it the Starbucks cookie factor. Have you ever been to a Starbucks? Do you know what Starbucks is?
Of course, yeah.
Right. Right. Yeah.
I mean, look at me. Of course.
I worked and went to school for 22 hours a day and was a single mom. I love Starbucks.
Very familiar with Starbucks.
Right? So what many people don't know is that every second or third person that comes into Starbucks either buys a cookie or gets an upgrade. And it's called the cookie factor. People think that Starbucks is known for its coffee, let's say. But it's not, because without cookies, Starbucks goes out of business.
Really?
Yeah, because about 35% of their sales are cookies related. Now, I want to share with you as a service provider, how long does it take to learn how to do massage properly? Probably a couple of years, to be honest. You get out of school and you're still working through it. So you have that couple of years to get good. Same with a barista, right? It takes them about 90 days to learn how to be a barista. And it's the most expensive thing because Starbucks rolls through its baristas very quickly. It takes no time to say, hey, stick your hand in there and bring out the $3 donut.
Oh, yeah.
Takes no time,
Easy.
no training.
Right.
Right? And the donut costs them $0.25. The coffee, someone had to make it. So the $5 coffee or the $7 coffee has $2 or $3 built into it because someone's physically having to do that. That's getting paid $20 an hour. But the donut costs nothing, or the cookie costs nothing.
Right.
So most companies don't include what I call the cookie factor. What's your cookie? What's the thing that you can add on to every service that's going to make the difference? So if we have potentially 80 potential services, and let's say 40 of them get a $20 cookie, now what are we looking at? And I'm going to say a $20 maximum profit cookie. So now we have 40 of them. We're bringing in another $40,000, $50,000 a year in profit.
Yeah.
Just because you've determined that. Now, if it's a little bigger cookie, if it's a $50 cookie, oh, it's even better. Does that make sense? So the first thing I'm going to tell you as a business owner is what's the cookie? What's the add-on, the value add? The second thing I'm going to share with you is you should be focused on frequency. As a massage therapist, you're looking to sell frequency, right? You're looking for the one time a week, but you don't want to sell the one time a week. You don't want once a week clients. You want once every 3 week clients, because then when you build a really big clientele, they'll never leave you, but you can always get that 3 week person to come in, and then you can fill in all the blanks. So that's the second thing. You always want to sell in packages. You never want to sell individual. And you always want to set your price high. If you know that your average hour needs to be $120, stop selling the hour because you're stealing. Here's what most service providers who rent rooms do. They book on the hour and then they need 15 minutes to clean up and set up.
Right.
Right? So they're losing 15% of their time. Well, if I take away 15% of your possible 100 hours, there's 15 hours that you can't even use. So now the 80 hours of potential sales goes down to less 15%. It goes down to 70. And you just cut $100,000 out of your potential. You don't want to do that. What you'd like to do is sell by the session. Right? So you want to sell by the session. Say, hey, if you'd like a single session, right? Your appointment is at 11. We finish at, let's say, 4:40, 11:48, and then that gives you that 12 minutes of buffer, and try to get it down so that you're always turning over by session.
Okay.
And then people can buy 2 sessions. Well, that's where they really get the jam, because the 2 sessions, you still only need 12 minutes of turnover. So they get a real value in the 2 session.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
So sell by session. Then the other thing you want to think about is how do you grab, this is the third thing for all of the business owners watching as we blow up Michelle's business and take it to the next level. I would be looking at gift packets. So the number one thing a massage therapist could sell is, can I sell you 12 sessions as giveaways? So I'm going to sell you, so I'm a CEO of a company or I'm a business owner. Instead of giving a bottle of wine, which doesn't go over very well in Utah, right? Half the time it does. Half the time it's like, why would I ever do, what am I going to do with this? Right? Or a ridiculous tray from Costco, which nobody ever eats. By the way, I'm just letting you know, nobody wants your butter cookies, right? It's like, because you got tins everywhere.
Yeah.
It's terrible, right? So
They're not even good.
right, they're terrible, and they're expensive and they're wasteful.
Yeah.
But if I could buy a pack of 12 sessions, right? So I buy 12 sessions from you, and I buy them at a reduced cost, the entry level sessions. So it's a 30-minute session, right? That gives you the thing. So it's a 45-minute booking, right? But it's a 30-minute session, and you're selling them for $50. They're entry level, and you're going to give them 6 of these beautiful things. So for $597, they get 12 sessions, and because they bought that, they're going to get a free session with you. But those 12 sessions are giveaway sessions. You can book them, or your new massage therapist can book them. And if if you book them with your new massage therapist and you sell 10 business owners, that's going to be 120 sessions. Your new therapist is booked all through January. And if you close on 40% of those sessions, they will have 20 hours a week booked. And if you do that 5 times, you'll be able to be fully booked on your 80 hours a week. And the math is strong, and it's easy to do because it's only $597. And then I get to give away massages. Who's the man?
Yeah.
I'm the man giving away massages. Everybody wants a massage. Everybody wants to feel good. Everybody wants the experience. There is a small cost to it for you, but if you wanted to take therapists and book them, then in that, you have your 30 hours booked at 100%. You keep 100% plus gratuities, right? So you're rocking out at $120 a session. You're making your $150,000 a year with your gratuities. You found your cookie on your 30 sessions. You're going to sell a minimum of 20 cookies at a minimum of $30 or $40 extra, right? The cookies can happen during service, or they can extend the experience. We can talk about that another time. You will absolutely crush that industry. And as a solopreneur with a single room, you can make over $200,000 a year and employ 2 to 4 people part-time and rock that room out. Would that be cool?
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, man, I'll write that plan up for you this week. Seriously.
Amazing.
Yeah, that's the kind of plan you would need. And most people don't realize that. When I was a young hairdresser, I made almost $1 million a year behind the chair.
That's
in
amazing.
the 90s. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Like, that's a lot of money. Way too much money for a young man to have. But it's about understanding. And now you'd have something to sell as well. So you'd have equity in your business. You can't sell yours because how you can't sell your service.
Yeah.
But you can sell your business if you employ 4 people. And you can sell your process to employ them. Cool, right?
I love it.
Cool. So if you were giving somebody advice, what would your advice be to somebody who wants to get into the business?
I would say just do it. Like, you're never ready.
You're never
ready. Like, there's never going to be a perfect time. Like, obviously, being a single mom on a sole income, it was really scary and hard, but I'm making it.
I love that. You're going to crush. And tell everybody one more time, where can we find you?
Over in Sandy. I'm inside Amber Renee Salon, and you can find my social medias and
give us your social media. Do you have an Instagram?
I do. It's called Soma by Michelle.
Soma by Michelle.
Yep. And then my Facebook is actually just my name, Michelle Naylor.
I love that. Well, go find her on Facebook or Instagram. She's rocking it out. She's doing incredible sessions. She has Christmas specials. She has holiday specials. She's developing right now your back to the gym specials and your get ready for spring specials. She doesn't know that, but I do know that she's developing those specials right now. This has been Utah Business Spotlight. We've run over, but we're super blessed to have you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much,
Michelle, you're the chick, man.
Thank
We're going to
you.
keep our eye on you.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate you.
Like, subscribe, share, tell everybody about Michelle Naylor and Soma.